Hey, it's Vanessa from CraftyGemini.com, and I post weekly crafting and cooking videos here on YouTube. Today, we're focusing on a sewing tutorial, so I'm going to teach you all how to make those cute little hoodie towels for your kids. So let's go over the supplies you'll need and jump right into the project. We start off with one regular sized bath towel. Then for the hoodie part, you're going to need 2 square pieces of the same towel material that measure, here I'm using ones that measure about 10 inches by 10 inches, and that would be a good size for about a 2-year-old to a 4-year-old. If you're going bigger, you want to start off maybe 11 inches or 12 inches square, and if it's for a baby, obviously go smaller. Then you need the rotary cutter with the corresponding mat, some rulers, the coordinating thread, and some coordinating fabric that we're going to use to line the edge of the hoodie. We start off by working on our hoodie, so I lined up both my pieces so that the raw edges are flush all the way around. I'm going to make a curved edge here so that my hood goes nice and curved like this. I lay a plate down here so that this edge is flush here, and the same thing up top. Take your chalk marker and just mark that curve so you know what to follow when you're sewing. Now we'll go over to our sewing machine, and using a zigzag stitch or an overlock stitch on your machine, you want to sew down 2 sides, so like an L shape. We'll come down here, and you're going to follow this curve and come all the way down. Make sure to back tack at the beginning and at the ends, and then we'll just trim away this excess. Trim away the excess here. Make sure not to cut into your stitching. Now you're going to flip this inside out, and that's going to be the hood. Now let's work on our trim. So you cut a 2-inch wide piece of fabric long enough to go all the way around the front part of the hood there. You take it to your pressing mat, and we're just going to fold this in half. Make sure that the ugly side is facing up, so when you fold it, you're seeing the pretty side of the fabric. And you're going to press this the entire length of the strip. Now we go back to the beginning and open it up. Now you want to take each end and fold it in towards that crease line that we created from the first fold, but you want to leave a little gap in between there. So don't bring it all the way up to the fold line. Instead, just bring it just a little bit before it. And you're going to press that in place. Now that we've done that to one side, we want to do the same thing with the other side. Again, you want to end up with that little gap that you see right there in the center. And then the last step here is to refold it on that first crease line that we created, just like that. Now go back and grab your hoodie and the binding you've just created. I like to open it up like this. We're going to feed this raw edge and basically sandwich it in between our binding. Just put it right there in that space that we left open. That's where you want to put the edge, that raw edge of your hood. And you're going to feed it through there, and with a straight stitch or zigzag stitch, whatever you want, just stitch here close to this edge and make sure that you're catching it on the back end. So I like to stitch every 2 to 3 inches and then stop and double check that the towel fabric is sandwiched in there good, and that when I'm stitching, I'm catching both sides of it. Now we take our regular towel and fold it in half on the long side of it, okay? Fold it right in half. And this is going to be the inside part, so make sure if you have a tag or something that you put it to the inside or you cut it off. But here's our half, and we're going to line this halfway mark up with the center seam of our hood. And what you're going to do is, the pretty side is on the back side here, and so is this. So you're going to take pretty sides to pretty sides and bump them up against each other. And then you're going to put a pin right there to secure that spot. You want to make sure that that center seam of the hood that you sewed, that it's in the inside, okay? Because this is how the towel's gonna look. So make sure that everything is facing the right way.